Yes, sir. MODTRICCA, back up in this thing, man. Today, we'll be taking a look at some mysterious videos that'll have you overthinking everything. But before we hop into that, go ahead and spam that like button right now so you can run the numbers up on the algorithm, and you ain't even gotta think about it later. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that sub button too. Sub up, join the family. This is the most lit and active community on YouTube, period. With that being said, guys, let's hop straight into the video.
Yo, what the frick? What the actual frick am I, bro? What? I'm hired DoorDash and I turn around to, bro, what the frick?
Oh, ain't that cool? Look at them clouds. Looks like a wave. That neat?
Just this past month alone, they've been doing so much weather modification that I'm not surprised at all that the skies look like they were hand-drawn by Dr. Seuss.
Infrared sauna guy? I do some, but I've got my own sauna. It's the heater, and I do a lot of witchcraft stuff.
Same.
So
Cold plunge?
yeah, cold plunge. I do heat and ice. I do a lot of IV stuff. I do plasma exchange. Have you ever done a plasma exchange?
No.
It's really intense, but
Wow.
it's you feel fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about that later.
Okay. I got my my homework is Kenny Chesney's plasma.
Some people just can't come to terms with the natural aging process. They got Kenny Chesney and Rob Lowe out here becoming warlocks to stay young.
Dude, you look out west and see these funny things falling from the sky? Walk out your door and look to the west. There's these funny blue wings falling from like literally from the sky. There's been about 3 of them or 4 of them falling.
I feel like this is either a laser out front of a nightclub or a portal is about to open up.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, if I'm inside the bus terminal, why the is it snowing in here?
She's asking the wrong question. She needs to be asking why there's an actual gargoyle flying around the warehouse.
Yeah, y'all might as well stop eating all types of meat now, because Mr. Beast just exposed his company Upside Foods that they've been producing genetically modified chickens since 2018. They said it took 220 million chickens to feed Americans per year, but now they just create them in the lab, y'all. This is crazy.
Brings us to Upside Foods can literally produce hundreds of thousands of pounds of chicken meat without a single chicken, which is incredible because over 220 million chickens are every single day in order to sustain demands for their meat. And Upside Foods had spent over $200 million in research and development in order to create this technology. Let me show you how we do it. Please do. I don't understand. When we took cells from a chicken egg in 2018, we cracked an egg, we took a small amount of cells, and we froze them in there. That goes down to -80. Wow. And you've used those cells to make hundreds of thousands of pounds of chicken meat. Step 2 is we take those cells, we gently thaw them out. Oh my gosh. This is simulating a chicken's body, and the cells are just multiplying. Once we get enough of them, we move on to step 3. This is protein, fat, sugar. I'm literally feeding the chicken cells over there so they can multiply into chicken meat. That's right, yeah. And once the chicken feed is in the container, it moves all the way through these pipes and through the factory and eventually ends up in here. You can look through this. You'll see chicken cells swimming in there. Oh my goodness. It's a lot of chicken. Every 2 seconds, this produces a chicken's worth of chicken meat. Yeah, every few seconds. And saving chicken lives is not the only upside to Upside Foods. These chickens don't get diseases, so you don't have to worry about a disease spreading on the farm and then you eating a sick chicken. Honestly, it seems too good to be true. Well, let's go and try it. Blade, I need to try it. I need to see how this tastes. Now we're going to put the meat we just grew to the test. Come on in. I brought one of the best chefs I know, Nick DiGiovanni, and he's prepared for us 2 chicken sandwiches. One of these sandwiches, a chicken was today to make. The other, no chickens were. It was going in a lab. Which do you think we'll like better? I think if I cook it right, you won't be able to tell. Okay, this is going to be a good test. He's now giving me one of each chicken sandwich. So we're both trying this one. Here's what it actually is. Me and Drake do not know. Cheers. Cheers. Here we go. Well, chicken. Chicken. Now we're going to try this one. This is what it is. We don't know. Cheers it. I honestly can't tell. It's actually scary how similar they're both chicken. No matter what, both of them taste really good. This one's the cultivated one. You're wrong. No shot. That's the cultivated one. Honestly, can't tell the difference.
The majority of Mr. Beast's audience are kids, so it seems like he's trying to condition them to eat lab-grown meat, and I wouldn't be surprised if those barbecue chicken dippers and the Lunchables that he sells are 3D printed.
Oh, I found a glitched person. Just wait. They look like they're running, right? They're not. They're staying in place. They've been there for like 2 minutes. What?
Either they're running in place or this is an NPC that just got disconnected from the server.
Look what I can see in the sky right now. What the f is that? Aeroplane literally flying by. But that's just far as
I feel like we just saw a video recently that showed this type of UFO and I still can't make out what it is. I know it's not a weather balloon because at this altitude it would be inflated.
You are looking at once top secret footage from the Cold War. A top secret mission known as Project Iceworm. An operation to build an underground city beneath the ice of Greenland. Under the cover of Camp Sentry, a public science base. Utilizing diesel-powered streams of hot water, engineers cut long trenches into the ice, arched them with steel roofs, and then buried the whole grid under packed snow, concealing an entire hidden underground town with prefabricated buildings, corridors, and support spaces designed to house roughly 200 personnel. Power came from a PM-2A portable nuclear reactor, with the purpose to enable a second strike capability in the case of an ICBM launched by the Soviet Union at the US. According to official reports, the reactor was removed and by the mid-60s, the base was abandoned. With recent news, it's not hard to wonder if Project Iceworm 2.0 is underway.
I feel like it's possible that this project was never actually abandoned, but they just told the public that so nobody would be concerned about what they're either excavating or what experiments they're doing.
Celebrities are using liquid crystal technology to be able to shapeshift and change. That's the claim of this YouTuber whose name is Offshoot1008, and he does some amazing painstaking work. His belief is that there is a technology that they use in their hair and they put on their skin, and that essentially allows them, a bit like a chameleon, that's how chameleons are able to change. So it's a real thing. These reptiles are already doing it. So if we took it a step further, why wouldn't a reptilian race have the ability to shapeshift as well using this liquid crystal technology? And if you can see in his videos, if you want to go ahead, take a look, is on YouTube, you can actually see when he slows it down, you can see the eyes change when they open their mouth.
She might be right, because I've seen a bunch of clips of celebrities glitching out like this, and they always say that there's issues with the broadcast, but I don't think broadcast issues are enough to make you look like a velociraptor.
You have never seen an orb like this one because it has a message in it right there. This is a slowed down shot of the orb, but I'm going to show you some still images that show the digits that are in there very clearly. My dad is Chris Bledsoe. We filmed this at Wrightsville Beach during the State of the World Forum. This orb came out of the water and we watched it on the horizon for quite a while. He filmed this with his fancy camera. That's the original. This is an enhanced version. This is it reflected. And here's another enhanced version. The same orb at a different time. This is the year of alignment, everyone. Just like the lady told my dad in 2012, our world is going to come into a new knowledge. And it seems like the phenomenon is speaking to us in more clear ways than they ever have before. They let us film this so that you could see it.
It looks like the message reads DEO350. I'm not really sure if that's a timestamp or something, but if this is legit, then we might need to analyze these orbs a little closer because they could be sent here as messengers.
Can anybody tell me what's going on with this pine tree? Can anybody? I don't get it.
It's most likely an eagle's nest, because the only other creature big enough to build a nest this big is a dragon. I feel like these could just be airplanes based on the angle that the light is hitting the clouds. If not, then they're plasmoids.
There's scary things in lakes all of the time, but this might be the worst one. So this is Kim Davidson. This photo was taken in Australia in a swimming hole. I'm not for sure which one, but she has this child, this one, and this one. She was there swimming with her friend, but when the friend took the photo, they didn't see this at the time, but then looking at it later, this showed up. Kim did an interview with a paranormal group, and when they asked her about it, she was like, I'm holding the little girl, and then the white-headed thing that looks like it has horns, I don't know what that is, and I don't know why it has skeletal long fingers on my shoulder, something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing, but they have no idea who this is. Well, then they started like digging into who it could possibly be, and they came across this. On November 23rd, 1913, a teenager named Doreen O'Sullivan in an Australian swimming hole. The same one. Here it is with the image inverted, and you can see all of the other children have, you know, faces, and that one doesn't. So here's a closer image of it, and again, if things like this could be in the lake or huge fish or whatever, I don't care. I don't want anything brushing up against me that I can't see. I don't like being in water that I can't see the bottom of, and that's one of the main reasons too that I will not get in lakes. But yeah, I mean, I'll get in them, but I don't like it, and I don't stay long when I do. So what do you guys think about this? It's scary.
In this case, I would hope it was a ghost, because looking at those tiny horns, they might be swimming with Beelzebub.
33. 3. All die. They're moving inside. You've got a bit more symbolism here. Clearly 3 6s all around this fruit. Foxes, classic. Numerology, fox, 6, 6, 6. Here we have some strong bow people. Whenever you see the bow there, that's a reference to Saturn, the ring around Saturn, strong bow. It's not just robbing sons, it's robbing daughters as well. Robbing them of their health, loaded with chemicals, real fruit in every drop. Where's the fruit, mate? Where is the fruit? One ring to rule them all. Sauron is running Aldi, people. That logo is Saturn. And that logo is Saturn. Now, Coca-Cola is a little bit more difficult to spot because it is inverted, but clearly we've got the 6s all along here. When you look at it like this, you might not notice it, but if you invert it, 6, 6, 6.
He might be slightly overthinking, but this is an inside look of what it's like grocery shopping after you had an awakening. The only thing you end up leaving with is a case of mineral water and a bag of peanuts, because everything else is of the devil.
Since everybody is out there noticing the lines in the sky and their relationship to the massive superstorm that's about to hit the United States, I wanted to share with you something very interesting. I'm currently on a world cruise, sailing for over 100 days from Florida to Tokyo, Japan. And you want to know the pisser? I've been sailing for over 20 days as of now. We just left Buenos Aires, Argentina. And since I left Fort Lauderdale, I haven't seen any lines in the sky at all. But funny enough, they were in Fort Lauderdale the day we left. And I put together a little slideshow here of all the places that we visited so far and how the skies looked, with no lines whatsoever. Call them contrails or call them whatever you want. But since I left the United States and its airspace, I haven't seen them at all. And isn't it funny that sailing for over 20 days past some of the biggest and most populated cities in the world like Rio de Janeiro and Buenos Aires, with major airports and major air traffic, I haven't seen anything. Down here, the skies are beautiful and blue, and the clouds are puffy and white, just as you would expect them out of nature. And our next stops are the Falkland Islands and Antarctica, and I'll keep you up to date if I see anything, but I highly doubt that I will. Just something to keep in mind, that once you get the opportunity to travel and sail around the world, it becomes very obvious to see with your own eyes just how much they are lying to you.
I'm glad I saw this clip because I've been seeing lines in the sky so much that I forgot it wasn't normal.
Gap is getting paid by Sam Altman for your biometric information. I thought you should know that. As a recap, this orb is Sam Altman's solution to verify that you're human, when AI is indistinguishable. But what the hell is a device that takes photographs of your eyes doing in a store that sells jeans? According to this plaque, it's harmless. They were both San Francisco-based companies just showing each other some love. When reporter Sydney Hayes asked in person, this is the response you got. I think you're asking too many questions. You're getting into the gap of it all. Oh, those are very legitimate questions given the individuals in this picture. We have the president and CEO of Gap Inc., the president and CEO of Gap Brand, and you probably know this guy is Zach Posen, who's the chief creative officer. So even though it's only in one store in San Francisco, that is not the goal. And World will tell you that back in September, they launched this partner program. Their goal is to have an extensive retail presence because they want every single human being to have their photograph taken of their eyes so they can verify that they're human. They list 3 benefits, but the reality is the second one, it's all money. They're getting paid for every single human being who verifies themselves with the orb in their stores. This is a potential big source of revenue for a brand that has over 3,500 brick and mortar stores. I don't see any disclosure that they're being paid. Isn't that an FTC violation? Even if there were a disclosure, we still need clear rules on where you can put these things. So in addition to their flagship stores, which is fine, you can find them at partners like Razer, or for any random person who purchases them and puts them in a place of business. And that's the reason you may find a biometric device in a Brazilian restaurant in Orlando.
Putting the privacy and security concerns aside, why do we have to scan our eyes to prove that we're human? That's insinuating that there's something other than human walking around amongst us.
Look right there, yo. Those are those evil children they're always talking about. Threatening me. Crazy as that. Isn't that wild? Okay, calm down.
I'm confused.
You're confused? Yo, this spring, we are going across here, because if you look, I don't know if you can see it because of the fog. No, you can't see it. It's too foggy. There's a chimney of an abandoned colonial house over here in these woods. This spring we're going, yo.
Beside you. If I was him, I would have left as soon as I saw the picture of the evil children. Even the ghost is confused why he's still there.
And I went even into a place somewhere in the United States where they can manipulate space and time, and I could see what they can do. That's when I went, wow. I saw different doors, right? 2090, the year 2090. I saw the year 2050. I saw the year 1940, and I saw the year 1550. These different doors, right? They had the dates on top. And what I saw was Nordic beings that looked like us. They were in charge of this technology that can go to different times. And we saw people coming back from the 2090s, coming back like with futuristic type of technology and clothes. And they take off their clothes, they go through a tube thing for cleansing, and they come back and they go to another year. The guy that was with me, he said, "Let me get the. We need to get the hell out of here. We can't see this. We need to get the heck out of here, because what we're seeing, I don't think we should be experiencing this."
This one is a little questionable, because if he actually saw something like this, the deep state wouldn't let him live to tell the tale. I know this is a call for help, but with everything going on in the world right now, I wish I was stuck in a bottle factory.
This is why nobody talks about the Bermuda Triangle anymore. Yeah, did you hear that they found an underwater UFO base in the Bermuda Triangle? For decades, we've all been wondering what really happens down there. People have blamed things like rogue waves, compass errors, methane bubbles, all of which have caused the disappearance of dozens of ships and planes over the years. But the truth might be way more concerning, because according to an alleged whistleblower leak, the Bermuda Triangle isn't just a ship and plane graveyard. It might just be home to this cloaked UFO facility that may have gotten here through a dimensional portal. Apparently, this isn't even just a base, it's an automated non-human intelligence factory that 3D prints UFOs custom built for different mission types. And it's believed to have been there for thousands of years, powered by massive crystal pyramids on the ocean floor. Now, this all sounds pretty out there, but maybe this could explain things like the electronic fog phenomena that pilots like Bruce Gernon have talked about over the years, along with time anomalies, compasses going haywire, and flights arriving way too early or way too late from their schedule, like time got bent somehow, even though the trip felt normal to the pilot. So if you've ever wondered why Flight 19 vanished or why navigational instruments have been reported to just shut off on ships and planes, well, the leak claims that this facility has this automated defense perimeter, meaning that if you get too close, you either get vaporized or pulled through some kind of dimensional wormhole. Oh goody! And if this story is even half true, well, the military probably knows exactly where it is, and they're trying to either communicate with it or keep it contained and covered up.
There's been theories about this floating around for decades, and I feel like it's very plausible with all the anomalies that's been observed in the Bermuda Triangle. Maybe there's some sort of base that emits an EMP to avoid identification.
Law of attraction.
Against the layer right now, as you can see. If he really has superpowers, then we need to come up with a superhero name for him. I'm thinking Chivalry Man, because he can hold the door for your grandma from a mile away.
I'm often asked, are there aliens among us? And I'll say that I am one, but...
Or you're from the future.
They don't believe me. I think if anyone would know if there are aliens among us, it would be me. We have 9,000 satellites up there, and not once have we had to maneuver around an alien spaceship. So I'm like... I don't know. Bottom line is, I think we need to assume that life and consciousness is extremely rare, and it might only be us. And if that's the case, then we need to do everything possible to ensure that the light of consciousness is not extinguished. The way I view it is, the image in my mind is of a tiny candle in a vast darkness, a tiny candle of consciousness that could easily go out. And that's why it's important to make life multiplanetary, such that if there is a natural disaster or a man-made disaster on Earth, that consciousness continues. That's the purpose of SpaceX.
I feel like the reason why they haven't had to maneuver around any alien spacecraft is because the aliens are probably coming from the ocean or from another dimension. I feel like anybody would be terrified if they were 17 miles underground and they heard this, because it could be the reptilian shapeshifter dinner bell.
This is why you don't park under running water. That's frozen solid. Jesus. Never park under frozen water or broken pipes.
If somebody's stuck in his van, I hope they got enough food, because they're not getting out until springtime. But that was the video, guys. Don't forget to sub up, hit that hype button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.